Welcome to the show, Barny Holmes, a genre-shifting singer-songwriter from Suffolk in the UK. Your voice and versatility have carried you through bands, big stages, and standout moments on shows like The Voice and The X Factor. You've conquered everything from R&B and funk to metal, pop, and folk. You've carved a sound that's unmistakably your own, and you've made a living delivering powerhouse covers. But having done that, you still remain rooted in the key part of crafting your own original music, which is something we very much want to talk about with you on the show here. It's fantastic to have you on the show with us, Barney. Thank you so much for joining us, and please do tell us more.
Hello, thank you for having me. It's been a little while since I've done anything like this. I'm a little bit nervous, so I've got my pen to hold.
All
So
good.
if I ever get
I'm
nervous, I'll
nervous.
just get tight on it.
All good.
But yeah, as you said, in a very very well actually. You explained that really well. So I just basically just do music for a living in any way that I possibly can. I've
Mm,
tried to shape my life around it. So a lot of opportunities came my way for a long time, but there was a lot of yes men, a lot of things being said, and then things never really working out.
mm.
Like all industry, it's competitive, and I went down the TV route, which can help you in some ways, but stunt you in others.
Yeah.
I don't think I necessarily change it, but I felt like it was like a budget way of trying to get somewhere because I didn't have the millions in the bank and I didn't have the nepotism that a lot of it relies on,
Yeah.
which is with all industry really. It's just the way it goes. So I found myself doing stuff in like metal bands. I was in like a wedding function band for a while.
Okay.
Did some stuff on like you said, like The Voice and X Factor, and just trying to do whatever I can to like. It was almost like I was trying to find the gateways that I could unlock that would allow me to make money to survive, to live, but by doing it with music. So I
Yeah.
tried to tackle every avenue out of desperation, really,
Yeah.
and luckily, doing gigs on the regular and building a community has worked really nicely. So I work with a lot of musicians and I get them work and I get work and kind of turn into a bit of like an unofficial agency, as it were. Yeah, and the one thing I'm passionate about is songwriting. So I've been trying to keep that flame alive, because sometimes when you're doing 4 or 5 gigs a week, there's only so many times you can keep singing Wonderwall until your fingers start bleeding and your brain starts wanting to melt. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's true.
Um,
Well, it's like
yeah,
you
so
do.
I've been exactly. I mean, I'm guessing you're a musician yourself, so you probably know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We're both musicians,
So
definitely.
many times you can sing the same old without wanting a little bit of
Exactly.
something different. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still grateful for it. Yeah, I just love songwriting.
Mm.
And I've got this album on its way, this 8-track album, which
Okay.
kind of has a little bit of a kind of R&B vibe, but with really gent, heavy guitars. If you can imagine things like The Weeknd or Michael Jackson mixed with Linkin Park and mixed with like Sleep Token and stuff like that. So I
Okay.
love the sound of it
Yeah.
so far, but I'm biased. It was so long ago. I was doing a lot of gigs with a band called Divide. So we
Okay.
were fresh off The Voice, fresh off the X Factor. We did some stuff for Sky TV, and not to name drop too much, but we were kind of in that realm,
Hmm.
doing what we could. And we were mixing like this kind of folky rock R&B rap ensemble between two people, and
Right.
it was like based upon the musical divide of what we're into, but somehow gelling well and making it work. And I
Right.
think Ronnie must have seen some clips of us performing or something, and then got in contact with us about doing some gigs with her up in Cowln and Devizes and that area.
Hmm.
And we were just gigging there so much. But it was wild. It was a wild few years.
Now, what type of music are you writing these days?
I'm always recording and writing acoustic vibe stuff.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm also trying to adapt that. So there's a really good producer and my main man who does all of my mixing and mastering for me and recording as well, called Tom Joy. And I basically go down there with a song, like an acoustic idea or whatever. But then we'll get out the 7 strings and the 8 strings and we'll start, getting it really heavy,
Hmm.
adding some sick drums with it as well, adding the bass. So what starts out to be like quite a romantic, chilled song turns into this rip a hole in the ceiling kind of heavy vibe. But it's the kind of thing that you'd like to listen to back in the 2000s. So kind of like the whole like Linkin Park vibe. But have you guys heard of a band called Bill Murray? don't be confused with the actor. But there's a
Right.
band called Bill Murray, and it's just incredibly good pop songs, but in a really like in a judgy kind of like heavy kind of way. But then it
Okay.
kind of breaks into these ballads as well,
Right.
and it's almost theatrical actually in some ways. And it reminds me of like the new metal era, but mixed with like Backstreet Boys or pop songs mixed in with it. It sounds bizarre. I can't really explain it really.
I'm going to ask you, how much do you love music?
So much, man. I don't know what I'd do without it. It's the only constant that I've got, in all the trials and tribulations of life and what's
Mm.
unveiled in front of you, the self-doubt, the stress, the relationships that you have, the good things, the bad things. Music always has something to say about all that. And people always say, oh, I can never keep a journal. It's too much effort. When you're a songwriter, your songs are your journal. You might not realize it. And I used to have a basket about this big, just filled with lyrics. A lot of them are quite angsty, as you can imagine, because I was in my teens.
Yeah.
And then I started kind of incorporating metaphors and similes and ideas of what I think life should be about and how
Yeah.
people should move together. And
Yeah.
Is there a favorite band that you like that writes social conscious music?
it's very broad. I mean, I love Tool. Tool are fantastic. Like Maynard James Keenan's an absolute, well, no, just a musical Adonis, as it were. Also, I really, really like some bands like Rain City Drive. They're kind of a bit more kind of poppy than things like Tool. But A Perfect Circle is also one of my favorites. Well, obviously, I used to listen to a lot of Bjork as well growing up.
Okay.
Her,
Yeah. Yeah.
her album Post is awesome. I mean, I listen to like John Mayer nowadays as well sometimes. He
Okay. Yeah.
dips
Yeah.
in there. Stevie Wonder, of course. I like this, like Editors as well. They've got some fantastic songs. They're a bit kind of melancholy, but in a
Mm.
good way.
I just want to talk a little bit about your debut album, Chameleon. Obviously, as the name suggests, is it kind of a very much a mixture of all kinds of different types of song and different types of track, or why the title and what sort of tracks are on the album?
Well, again, it's like a journal, really. It's based upon the idea that as a singer, as a performer, no matter how you feel, you have to get on that stage. You have to deliver something.
Sure.
I'd
Yeah.
say sometimes, I wish it was all the time, you want to be there and you're smashing it, you're doing a great job.
Hmm.
But then other times when you're not there, you're masking this idea that you're pretending that you're interested in what you're doing. That's where the idea of the chameleon comes in, and that can
Okay.
be relevant, to every scenario. So
Mm.
having to hold face when things could be crumbling, or
Hmm.
trying to stay humble when things are going really, really well,
Yeah.
trying to understand deceptions of other people and how you can be better yourself and not deceive others. So the track listing at the moment, the first track I wrote on here was called Awaken.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
and then, let me try and list it. So I've got Awaken, got Speak Up, um, Ghost, Scream, One Last Time. Da-da-da. Where are the ones? Testing me now. Here we go. Da-da-da-da. Chameleons for self-titled.
Mm.
And I Want to Be Me. There's one more, but I can't remember.
I mean, it sounds like from even just from the kind of title list you got there, it is, as you say, very much a kind of a almost like a deep dive into somebody's soul, as to the
Yeah,
different types of track you got on there. It seems very much you're definitely going to go on a journey listening to that album, I would say.
100%. It's one thing, writing music for everyone, but then I've come to realize that if you write music for yourself,
Mm,
that's the most genuine thing you can do, and then you'll reach more people with that. People
absolutely.
can tell the difference. They can feel the integrity of that, and I really think it reflects in this album. I mean, compared to you guys, I'm a nobody. I was kind of like, I was tithering on the edge of maybe getting somewhere. Like I signed to Serenity 9 in London, and
Okay.
I had
Yeah.
some really good times with Mega Man from So Solid Crew, and he was involved with us. But
Mm,
then people would come in, and then they'd kind of be busy with other things as well. Then things just fade out, and then you're there again, and it's hard to stay afloat consistently.
yeah.
And I think after having a bit of a word with myself and writing the songs that I think, the songs that I would love,
Mm.
I'm hoping that that can bring that kind of consistency to it. Um,
It also speaks of kind of what's the word, authenticity, because you're singing and you're producing stuff that you feel inside yourself. You're not just going, oh well, they want a love song, or they want some, the record producer wants a so and so song, so that's what I'm gonna have to do. If you do what you want, it may take a bit longer. It may have a little bit of a bumpier road to get to where you want it to be, but it's going to be more genuine for you, I think.
you've hit the nail on the head exactly. I'm not here to convert the masses into my musical delights, but at the same time, even if the few people that I do reach, if they can find something in there that they can relate to and they can enjoy, that's a win.
Yeah.
I don't have the label pressure, as it
No,
were, so I've got complete freedom, which is priceless.
that's gold.
Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's no pressure on it to be successful because I'm really successful doing the gigs and stuff.
Yeah.
So without that pressure on there, yeah, that's where integrity can come in.
Sure.
I've remembered the eighth song is called Conspiracy. It
Don't
gets
worry.
so, oh man, it gets so deep. It's difficult. I think sometimes it's hard when you write music and try and release it and try and push it on people and stuff. It feels almost kind of like self-indulgent. But then again, I'm trying to kind of brush that off and just do it anyway and just be like, right, here you go, here's what I've got. Boom. But I mean, what any advice that you guys have had would always be welcome.
Well, I teach writing lyrics and stuff like that. Now, do you start with the title or you just start writing and then create something to it?
Usually it's like an idea in my head. So I'll pick up my guitar and I'll work out the chords that fit with what's in my head. And then I'll think, right, well, these lyrics fit that shape. Dum, 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 dum. And then it kind of progresses from there. But as you know, the best songs are the ones that take about 5-10 minutes to write because it just clicks.
Yeah.
And then the other songs that you take 4 or 5 hours on, they're not going to work because it's taking too long to get it to fit, to kind of fit together, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so you have great artists that inspired you. Who were they?
Ooh, that's a good question. Who inspired me? Well, Maynard James Keenan, who I mentioned before, from A Perfect Circle and Tool, the way he wrote and the way he sang. Also, Michael Jackson. Sorry, but he's always been incredibly important to me.
Mhm.
The Temptations,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
like
Yeah. All right.
yeah, like I play My Girl at every gig, and I do like a half an hour mashup with My Girl in it, and it's become a staple ever since the age of like 15, 16. So it's like 21 years ago now. So that one I never get bored of singing, My Girl.
Mm.
Superstition, that never gets old. Like
Yeah.
there are a handful of songs. Strangely, they're it's kind of Motown, kind of early R&B vibes. Those songs I have no problem with singing over and over and over again. It's
Mm.
just the things like American Pie and just the cliche Brown Eyed Girl and stuff that sometimes I'm like, this again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know why
Sure.
that is, but
So where you going from here?
I'm going to push this album as much as I can.
Yeah.
Um, I'm going to try and reach out to as many avenues as I can to get as much support, get some kind of team behind it, and not let those inner thoughts stop me from going somewhere. I'll give you an example. Like when I couldn't gig in lockdown, so what I used to do would go on live streams on Instagram,
Hmm.
and I managed to get on with Wanya Morris from Boys to Men, and he
Hmm.
was there doing this little competition. He got me singing on there, and he said, just keep writing and release. Just nothing else matters. Just do it, and that's always stuck with me. And I think when I was obviously on The Voice with Jessie J, she always said to just do things no matter what the situation. Keep writing, keep creating material, because in
Mm.
the end, that's your portfolio.
That's
It
right.
is. Yeah.
And I think that's the plan, just to keep doing that. I would like to kind of sit back a little bit doing covers and focus more on my original material, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't be heartbroken if it doesn't work out that way because I just love performing so much.
Well, you have to, you know, you can be a star, and that's covering other people's songs. But if you want to be a superstar, then you need to cover your own,
Mm.
right? So the thing about it is keep writing and producing your own songs because you want people to go, you know what? Barney got a song instead of Barney does this song. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, yeah, I encourage young people because you're not going to get to the next level until you do your own music, right?
Yeah.
And that's when you become a superstar, right? And I encourage that. Now, I enjoy watching all them little girls going crazy over you singing. What was that, the X Factor, one of those things?
Yeah, yeah. The voice of X Factor, man, it's so cheesy looking back, but I think you take it for granted sometimes, you know?
Mm.
Yeah, but it is fun, right?
Yeah, of course it is. Absolutely. I think because I'm from a family of 9 kids,
Oh, wow.
and
Wow.
it was easy
Okay.
to kind of be looked over. I was number 7, and I love
Right.
my parents, I love my family, but I
Oh,
spent a lot of time in my own head, you know, and I was always wanting to feel like I was being seen. So it's not a coincidence that I've become a performer,
Gotcha.
because it's the one time that I feel like, you know, people are taking me for who I am, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Any
and
other
it shut.
musical siblings at all you've got, or is it yourself?
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, they all sing. Yeah,
Oh,
they're
right. Okay.
we could be a
unfortunately.
traveling Osmonds act or
Family
something. I
Von
don't know.
Trapp.
My mum plays the
Osmond,
organ at
the
church. My
Osmond
dad
Troop.
sings. Oh
Wow.
man, my sister Mel plays guitar and sings. Camilla, she can sing really well. She used to sing Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey when I was growing up. I used to
Oh,
hear
wow.
it, and I
Okay.
used to think, shut up, you know. But as I got older, I realised how good she was.
Yeah.
My brother Solomon songwrites and sings, and then I think Ryan's the only one who. Oh, Ryan and Harmony. They kind of keep themselves to themselves. They do their own thing, you know.
Cool.
Cool,
Nice.
bro. Well, listen, man, thank you so much for the privilege of your time today,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you,
Thank
Barney.
you.
Thanks for joining us. Really
Namaste.
good.
Namaste.
I appreciate everything you guys have said, and yeah, just look after yourselves, guys, and thank you so much for having me.
It's a
You too.
pleasure.
Listen, Tom's going to get all your information so we can spread the love, okay?
Mm.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, just really for our viewers and listeners, just want to know of any kind of website or maybe social media handles you've got that you can give us here on the show. And what I'll do is put the links to those in the description of the video here, and people can go off and check out what you're doing.
Hell yeah, sounds good to me. You can find me on Instagram. That's the one I'm most active on. Just
Okay.
search Barny Holmes Music. So BarnyHolmes Music.
Okay.
You can also find me on TikTok with the same name, and Facebook as well. And there's
Nice.
also my website as well. So barnyholmes.co.uk. So again, BarnyHolmes, as you can see written down here.
Brilliant.
And yeah, there's lots of things on there. There's lots of good things online you can find about me, but there's lots of also not quite as good songs and stuff because
All right.
some people like to film me, you know, at 3 a.m. when I'm tired and my voice is not as good. So
It's
you know,
all
you
a
can par those ones off.
it's all a tapestry. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Tapestry. I like that. I
That's
like
it.
that.
Yeah. That's it.
Right on, brother. All
Yeah.
the best to you, man.
Thanks, Barney. It's been great to meet
Big
you.
love, guys. Thank you so much.
Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all get together, music can save the world. Yeah. Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all come together, music can save the world. There's an urgency facing our humanity.
Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.